Hello everybody! Today I want to talk to you about why our current grading system makes no sense. This 0 to 100%, F to an A, it's just bad math. But we've been doing it for over 100 years, so you probably just accepted it or assumed it made sense. But it doesn't really. Let's analyze it. Let's break it down and figure out why it's all wrong. Alright, so if we look at our current grading system of an F to an A, anywhere between 60 and 70% is a D, 70 to 80% is a C, 80% to 90% is a B, 90% to 100% is an A. They're all 10% apart from each other, except F. F is 0% to 60%. Why is 60% of our grading scale dedicated to the F, to failure? This is crazy. They're all 10% apart except for F. F gets 60%. That doesn't make any sense, and it shows that we're really weighting and valuing failure. This shouldn't be the case, and this doesn't really work. If we were to make this a better system, we would make sure that they're all evenly spread apart. How could we do that? Well, we could have 0 to 10% is an F, 10 to 20% is a D, 20 to 30% is a C, 30 to 40% is a B, 40 to 50% is an A, and then they're all 10% apart. But for some of us, that just doesn't sound right. 50% is an A. It hurts. It's kind of weird to think that 50%, because we want things to be 100%. We've been raised with 100%. Okay, well, that works. They're all 10% apart, but it kind of hurts a little. Well, we can go the other way. We can set 50% as our lowest. So we can go 50 to 60% is an F, 60% to 70% is a D, 70 to 80% is going to be a C, 80 to 90% is a B, 90 to 100% is an A. There, we fixed it. But for some teachers, it might feel a little weird that 50% is the worst that you can do. Let's say that you got none of the questions right on a test and you still get 50%. For some of us, that's a weird concept. For me, I don't care. If you're saying that the student got an F, they got an F. It doesn't have to be a 0 or a 50%. It's all the same thing. But at least this way, there'd be a 10% difference. There'd be an even weight from all of the grade letters. Now, there is a better system, one that we've all been using already, the GPA scale. The GPA scale is 0 to 4. We all know it. If you get an A in a class, you get a GPA of 4.0. So an A is worth 4 points, a B is worth 3 points, a C is worth 2 points, a D is 1 point, and an F is 0 points. They're all 1 point apart. They have an even spread. It makes sense. This is what colleges look at. Colleges don't look at what percentage you got in a class. They look at your GPA. They're going to go, oh, you have a 3.0? That means you got all Bs. This makes a lot of sense. If GPAs mirrored our grading system, it would be like this. A 0 would be an F, a 1 would be an F, a 2 would be an F, a 3 would be an F, a 4 would be an F, a 5 would be an F, a 6 would be a D, a 7 would be a C, an 8 would be a B, a 9 would be an A, and also a 10 would be an A. So it doesn't make sense to have 6 points all dedicated to F. Colleges wouldn't do it that way. Our GPA would not make sense. But yet, our grading system does that. So my suggestion is, let's all move to a 0 to 4 grading scale. In my class, if you get a B, you get 3 points. So let's just start giving out the points 0 to 4. Give them all an even spread, and it'll mathematically make sense. We're no longer giving the biggest chunk of our percentages to the F, to the failure. There's an even spread. Because right now, we are saying it is harder to go from an F to an F, to go from a 0 to a 60%, than it is to go from a D to an A. You can go from a D to an A with less percentage than you can an F to an F. and that makes no sense. So I am suggesting that we trash it. We do away with the traditional grading scale. Forget this F to A to F. Forget this 0 to 100%. Let's go with the GPA scale. Let's go with a 0 to 4 scale. Now, some teachers might be saying, well, okay, so they turn in an assignment and they get a 3 or a 4. Well, that's only 1 point. So there's only a 1 point difference between having a B and an A. We used to enjoy the whole 10% in between. Well, we can have decimal places. Use as many decimal places as you want. You can have a rubric that says if you do this, you get a 3.25. If you do this, you get a 3.5. If you do this, then you get 3.75. Have 2 decimal places. It'll still give you lots of leeway for grading, but it will make sense. There'll be an even spread. Mathematically, it'll make sense. It'll still translate to colleges. It'll still translate to parents because we already are familiar with the GPA scale. Let's stop giving the bulk of our grades to failure. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you later.